Adolf Hitler. Adolf Hitler was the leader of Nazi Germany from 1933 to 1945. He was born in Austria in 1889 and later moved to Germany. After serving as a soldier in the First World War, he became involved in politics and eventually took control of the Nazi Party. His rule brought strict dictatorship, aggressive expansion, and policies based on racism and anti-Semitism. His decisions led directly to the Second World War and caused immense destruction across Europe. He is also responsible for the Holocaust, the systematic murder of about 6 million Jewish people, along with millions of other victims. His legacy is remembered as one of history's greatest examples of tyranny and the dangers of extremist ideology. Joseph Stalin. Joseph Stalin was the leader of the Soviet Union from the mid-1920s until his death in 1953. He was born in Georgia, which was then part of the Russian Empire, and joined the Bolshevik movement as a young man. After the death of Vladimir Lenin, he gradually secured power and became one of the most influential political leaders of the 20th century. His rule transformed the Soviet Union into a major industrial and military power, but it also involved widespread repression, political persecution, and the deaths of millions of people. His legacy remains one of the most debated in modern history. Kim Il-sung. Kim Il-sung was the founder and first leader of North Korea. He was born in 1912 during the period of Japanese rule over Korea and became involved in anti-Japanese resistance movements. After the Second World War, he established the Democratic People's Republic of Korea in 1948 with support from the Soviet Union. He remained in power until his death in 1994, creating a highly centralized political system that shaped the country's direction for decades. Saddam Hussein. Saddam Hussein was the president of Iraq from 1979 to 2003. He was born in 1937 near Tikrit and became a leading figure in the Arab Socialist Ba'ath Party. After taking power, he established a highly centralized government and ruled with strict control over the country. His presidency was marked by rapid modernization in some sectors, but also by widespread political repression, human rights abuses, and regional conflicts. He became one of the most controversial leaders of the late 20th century. Idi Amin. Idi Amin was the president of Uganda from 1971 to 1979 after taking power in a military coup. He was born around 1925 in Uganda and served in the British colonial army before entering national politics. His government became known for authoritarian rule, political repression, and widespread human rights abuses. Although he presented himself as a strong nationalist leader, his presidency brought fear, economic decline, and international isolation. He remains one of the most controversial figures in African history. Mao Zedong. Mao Zedong was the founding leader of the People's Republic of China, established in 1949. He was born in 1893 in Hunan Province and became one of the leading figures in the Chinese Communist Party. After decades of civil war, his forces defeated the nationalists and took control of mainland China. Mao's leadership transformed the country's political system and reshaped Chinese society. His rule had a lasting impact through major social and economic reforms, but it was also marked by policies that resulted in widespread suffering and millions of deaths. Benito Mussolini. Benito Mussolini was the leader of Italy from 1922 to 1943 and the founder of fascism. He was born in 1883 and began his career as a journalist before entering politics. After leading the March on Rome, he became prime minister and gradually turned Italy into a dictatorship. His government controlled the press, limited political freedoms, and promoted aggressive nationalism. Mussolini became one of the most influential European leaders before the Second World War. Pol Pot. Pol Pot was the leader of the Khmer Rouge and ruled Cambodia from 1975 to 1979. He was born in 1925 and later became involved in communist politics. After years of civil war, his movement took control of the country. His government attempted to create a completely agricultural society by abolishing money, closing schools, and forcing millions of people to leave the cities. His rule became one of the deadliest dictatorships of the 20th century. Slobodan Milosevic. Slobodan Milosevic was the president of Serbia and later the Federal Republic of Yugoslavia during the 1990s. He was born in 1941 in what was then Yugoslavia and rose through the ranks of the Communist Party before becoming a dominant political figure. His leadership coincided with the breakup of Yugoslavia, a period marked by ethnic tensions and armed conflicts. He became one of the most controversial leaders in Europe because of his role in these events and the serious allegations of war crimes linked to his government. Osama bin Laden. Osama bin Laden was the founder and leader of the militant Islamist organization Al-Qaeda. He was born in Saudi Arabia in 1957 into a wealthy family. During the 1980s, he became involved in the conflict against the Soviet Union in Afghanistan. In the years that followed, he established Al-Qaeda, which carried out attacks against civilian and military targets in several countries. He became one of the world's most wanted individuals because of his role in organizing acts of terrorism.